Hi, this is Sneha Desai, the writer of Lapata Ladies. I'm going to decode a few scenes for you today. Some of my favorite scenes, some of my favorite characters. I hope you enjoy this. Well, the first and foremost thing that I'd like to discuss is the character of Dadda. It's not a scene, a character that I'd like to talk about. A lot of characters of Lapata Ladies have been celebrated, have been noticed, have been remembered, except for one, that is Dadda's character. It creates a lot of intrigue in people's mind that what is this man who at poignant moments in the film just keeps saying, "Jaagte raho, jaagte raho." Well, there's actually a wonderful backstory that I had in my mind when I etched out this character. We have purposely not spoon-fed anything for the audience. Dadda has been a chowkidar all his life. For 35 years, he's been in Calcutta doing chowkidari. And there's this dialogue which says कि चौकीदारी उनके खून में घुस गया है. ना जागते हैं, ना सोते हैं, बस एक ही रट लगाए रहते हैं, जागते रहो. So this character of Dadda basically is not sleepy, he's not wakeful, he's somewhere in between. So he is a symbolism for the subconscious mind of the characters, wherein the subconscious keeps telling you, keeps alerting you. It's also the harbinger of something good that's going to happen, at the same time a precursor of something bad that could happen. He says "Jaagte raho" at such poignant moments in the film that if you see the film again, you'll probably realize that there are times when Jaya is just going to escape, there's time when Jaya is burning her SIM card, there's a time when Manohar comes to their house and Dadda says "Jaagte raho." It's the voice of wisdom that is there in the Indian households, the elderly who tell us to be alert about situations from the point of wisdom, from the point of the experience that they've gained in life. There's this wonderful line in the climax of the film that Jaya says to Inspector Manohar that हम अगर कुछ चुराए हैं ज़िंदगी से तो बस एक मौका चुराए हैं. It is a line which hits you with such simplicity because as women in India, as girls in India, we're conditioned to just keep hunting for chances all our life. Chances are not served on a platter to us. Be it an afternoon nap, be it a cup of chai, be it a chance to just escape household duties for just a day. Women have to hunt for chances. Jaya also goes on to say that utpatang झूठ गले उतर जाता है सबको पर एक सीधी बात नहीं समझ में आती. So today if you say that I'm tired or I don't want to do a certain thing, people look at you with a lot of surprise in their eyes. But if you just tell them कि वो आज ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, या आज थक गई हूँ, या आज बीमार हूँ, then probably you'll get a rest day. We are forced to give excuses, we are forced to lie, which is a very, very unfortunate thing. So Jaya says this to Manohar कि हम बस चुराए हैं तो ज़िंदगी से एक मौका चुराए हैं. All she wanted to do in life was to study. It was such a noble and small ask, and yet this entire rigmarole she had to go through because of this small ask of hers, which is unfortunate. They say that when you look at life in close-up, it's a tragedy, but when you look at it in a long shot, it's a comedy. So yes, what happens with Jaya, how the story unfolds could be comic, but there's a lot of underlying pathos. There's this one beautiful scene in Lapata Ladies where the women of the household have just gathered in the veranda of the house in the night after having dinner, where the mother-in-law tells Jaya, Deepak's mother tells Jaya that हमें कमल ककड़ी का सब्जी प्याज लहसुन के झोंक वाला बहुत अच्छा लगता था, पर दीपू और उसके पिताजी तो खाते ही नहीं, तो हम बनाना ही छोड़ दिए. And Jaya just tells her one line, क्यों छोड़ दिए? आपको तो अच्छा लगता है ना, अपने लिए बनाती. And it is such a simple and yet profound solution. Even while I was writing this particular scene, I realized that, okay, वो पूरा milieu जो है, वो तो rural landscape है. In my case, I'm an urban woman, a working woman, I know what my rights are, what my duties are, and yet in the evening during dinner or for lunch, whenever something is about to be prepared, we end up asking our children, we end up asking our husband, our in-laws, what would you like to cook, what would you like to eat. It's never us. We never ask ourselves that what is it that I want to eat today. It seems like such a huge luxury, but in reality, it is not. These are the kind of small luxuries that somehow we women are conditioned to not take for ourselves because we do not respect our opinions enough. So that is what this scene wanted to say, that this particular scene was in fact earmarked to be edited out of the film. When we were going through the final cuts, the final edits, this was one scene that we had marked कि अगर फिल्म लंबी हो गई या बीच में कहीं लगा कि थोड़ा झोल खा रही है तो ये एक पर्टिकुलर सीन हम निकाल देंगे. टेक्निकली एंड लॉजिकली इस पर्टिकुलर सीन में कुछ भी खास नहीं हो रहा है. द स्टोरी इज नॉट मूविंग फॉरवर्ड एंड येट we felt that this scene was ripe with possibilities because for once all 4 women are in the veranda of the house. Jaya is giving sketch pens and the sketching paper to Poonam, where she laughs for the first time. The mother-in-law hears her laughter and says to her mother-in-law that, oh my God, Poonam ka hasi kitne din baad sune. And then she offers her hand in friendship to her mother-in-law and says कि अम्मा हम भी try करें, हम भी दोस्त बन सकते हैं क्या. These moments were so beautifully captured by Kiran, so beautifully enacted by the actors, that we truly did not have the heart to take that scene off the film. And I'm so glad because it ended up being one of the most popular films of the film. There's this beautiful beat in the film where Manjumai, once Phool reaches her sasural, once she reaches Murthy, the station master comes and says कि Phool पहुँच गई, and this sheer delight, joy and tears of happiness and relief in everybody's eyes. And Manjumai distributes whatever little of Kalakand is left to the station master, to Chotu, to Abdul. And there's this little morsel that she takes for herself and puts it in her mouth, and there are tears in her eyes and such a huge smile on her face. That particular moment is a moment of complete redemption for me, because the entire journey of those 2-3 days that Phool has gone through is coming to an end. She almost came like an urchin to that railway station. Manjumai did not even want to offer her shelter, and yet in those 2-3 days the girl becomes one of her own. I wrote that particular moment. On paper itself it came out so strongly that my eyes were moist when I wrote it. In consequent readings, when we were going through brainstorming, tweaking, editing things, there was this moment where Phool for the first time offers Manjumai कि हम कुछ बना दे क्या, and she makes a full thal of Kalakand. And for the first time when Manjumai is about to sell it, Phool tells her कि आप तो एक बार चख लीजिए customers को देने से पहले. And then we put in that line where Manjumai says कि हमारी ज़िंदगी में इतना कुछ खास है नहीं कि मुँह मीठा किया जाए. And when we put in that line, it paid off so beautifully in the end, because an entire life where she has experienced just bitterness, where she's been let down by people she's loved the most, comes in this girl, this absolute stranger who becomes her own, and she feels for the first time कि उसे अपना मुँह मीठा करना है for Phool, for somebody whom she belongs to. And Phool goes on to say कि अब ये station हमारा दूसरा मायका है. So it just completely snugly fits the jigsaw beautifully. So Manjumai eating the Kalakand happened first, and the line was seeded in later where she says that हमारी ज़िंदगी में वैसे तो कुछ खास नहीं है कि हमें मुँह मीठा करना चाहिए. So looking back, I feel that was a great seeding in that we did post-script.